Welcome to Climate Bytes, an easy way to take 5 minutes to learn about the climate emergency. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell to be notified when we post a new video. Today, we talk to Dash Nesbitt, musician and activist. Welcome, Dash.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So, what are you going to tell us today, Dash?
Well, I'd like to talk today about something called climate comedy, which seems like it might not be a thing, but yes, in fact, it is a thing. The climate emergency is definitely one of the most difficult things to talk about, but there are comedians who have dedicated serious time to making this subject funny. In the same way that political comedians use humor to communicate serious matters to the public, a new group of climate comedians are using humor to make climate change easier to talk about and have a greater reach into public consciousness.
Wow, okay. Climate comedy sounds like it's really great. Do you have any examples of climate comedy?
Yes, I have two great examples. One is a comedian named Rollie Williams. He's a New York native. He has comedy experience with the improv group, the Upright Citizens Brigade, and he decided at some point he wanted to dedicate his comedy to communicating about the climate emergency. And because he wanted to do it in a very proper way, he decided to get a graduate degree from Columbia University in climate science and policy. So,
Wow. That is amazing. That is talk about like working for your art. Okay,
yeah,
sorry. Go on.
dedication.
Yeah.
So he runs a YouTube channel called Climate Town, and its stated goal is to examine climate change in a way that doesn't make you want to eat a cyanide pill.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's for sure needed. Because climate change is a difficult topic and it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
What's the other example that you have?
The other is Chuck Nice. Chuck Nice is mostly famous because he's a veteran stand-up comedian, but he became a bit more famous from being the regular co-host of Neil deGrasse Tyson's podcast Star Talk. I'm not sure if you've heard it, Angela.
Yeah, actually, I have. And you know what? I knew you mentioned this in a conversation we had offline about Chuck Nice. And I was like, oh, that's that guy from Star Talk. Like, I didn't realize he was a professional comedian. I just thought he was Neil deGrasse Tyson's sidekick. So,
Yeah, he's got a big background in stand-up, and he in 2020 started a new campaign dedicated to climate called "Shh, It's Real," and he says to say it fast, so "Shit's real," which is dedicated to communicating climate change through entertainment. And there's a podcast interview series connected to that with great speakers like Dr. Catherine Hayhoe and Nicholas Christakis. And they cover environmental justice and climate education all through his unique, irreverent humor.
wow. Yeah, definitely we're going to have the links for those for the podcasts and for the YouTube channels in our notes, our show notes. Um, what is the most important thing, or what has climate comedy done for you?
I'd say I view it as a really critical tool to reaching a broader swath of the public than we currently have access to. Talking about climate change is really hard, and it's hard to bring up with your friends and family. You don't want to be Debbie Downer, of course, but comedy and humor opens up this subject to more informal conversations. It doesn't have to bring down the mood. You can share a funny video without feeling like you're preaching. You can share a podcast recommendation. It's very easy to do, very light, and through humor, the heavy lessons that society needs to learn can really land easier. It's sort of like having a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down.
Wow, that is a really great idea. A spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down. And I'm sure your family loves you for that. My family probably feels a little bit differently about the things that I say. So I'm going to try to use more humor and integrate climate comedy in my discussions on climate change. So, Dash, do you have anything else to leave us with today?
I would just encourage everyone to use these resources to help spread the word about the climate emergency. The more people that feel that they can talk about this with their friends and family, the more we can get progress and get real change into our policy and government. So, yeah.
All right, great. Before we go, I have to say you have a very attractive painting behind you. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. One of our mutual chapter members, Hey Hat Hey Joe, painted this for me. I bought it at a DA auction, and it's one of my favorite features in my home.
Yes, it's very lovely. Well, thank you for joining us today, Dash. And remember, we're not saving the planet, we're saving our lives. See you next time.